presents the Gatorade Duel at Daytona. 2 races featuring anyone and everyone who wants to win Sunday's Daytona 500. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the pole, but now has to make up ground. Meanwhile, Bud Shootout winner Kurt Busch Double Deuce is looking for a double trip to victory lane. Every big name has one dream: to win the Daytona 500. Jimmie Johnson, 5-time, he will race in duel number 1. With a newly paved, silky smooth track surface, 200-mile-per-hour speeds, drivers still figuring out what to do and when to do it. Today should be, as one driver put it, crazy nuts. And yes, that is a technical term. The anticipation is building. Let's head trackside for today's Gatorade Duel opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats as the Patrick Air Force Base Color Guard present our nation's colors. Please remain standing as Pastor Sonny Gallman of Central Baptist Church, Daytona Beach, offers today's invocation.
Let's pray. Our God, we're grateful for all of the blessings that you provide to us in our life, blessings like this beautiful day that we have. We pray for troops around the world who are fighting today for freedom. Pray that you'd keep them safe. We also ask that you'd be with the drivers and with their crews and keep them safe on this day. It's in your holy name that we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from Daytona Beach, Florida, Johnny Mayo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
They are NASCAR's heroes. This is what guys were born to do. Guys like 5-time, the Dominator, Jimmie Johnson. It's NASCAR's most dramatic day. Now is the time for your favorite driver to show us what he can do. Coming up, the Gatorade Duel. It's the Gatorade Duel on speed. Years ago, they raced on a nearby beach. The location has changed, but the goal remains the same: leave the others in your dust. The weather conditions absolutely beautiful in Daytona Beach today, the warmest day we've had all of Speed Weeks, and that could certainly play a factor. Along with our champion crew chief, Jeff Hammond, I'm Krista Voda. This is NASCAR's version of an unscripted reality show. But, Jeff, we're not sitting around a campfire today. We are venturing into the unknown. Dale Earnhart Jr. has a lot of unknowns.
He really does, and after what happened in that first practice, he got in trouble following his teammate Jimmie Johnson. All of a sudden, slow traffic. He gets hit in the back end by Martin Truex Jr. Both cars hit the wall. Both of them were damaged. He had to go to a backup car.
So we will be watching for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to work his way through the field today, but we have a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue, more than probably any other year in the past.
Really, uncharted water because of the fact we've got a different restrictor plate, we got a new type of water system, a different opening, so many unknowns right now. It's really forcing these guys to have to kind of like dig deep and learn. Rick Hendrick said, my teams will be racing today because we've got to learn what it's going to take to win the Daytona 500.
So learning is more important than them protecting your car.
Absolutely, right here today.
So they're going to be going for broke. Of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has two of his teammates, Mark Martin and Jimmy Johnson, in this first duel. Teammates, they always play a factor.
They always do, but could it be teammates or teamwork? You may be looking for somebody else besides your teammate to get you up through there. That's what Dale Jr. is going to be doing, because he's going to have to come from the back, just like he's going to do starting Sunday. Even though he's on the pole today, he's got to start in the back when they drop the green flag.
Well, no other race requires so much effort. Now, as we've said, in no other year have we had so many question marks. Those questions are about to be answered. It's time to go racing. Let's return trackside for today's Gatorade Duel Race number 1, Command.
Race fans, it's time for the most famous words in motorsports. Here to give the command, please welcome your grand marshals, children of the late Ed Scholl of Gatorade Sports Marketing, Darnell Langley, Jeff Scholl, Ken Scholl, and Terry Delbridge.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Kurt Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt Kenseth, all in this race. Desperation about to intersect with destiny. This is the Gatorade Duel. You will see it here from Daytona on Speed.
Gas real quick, because I don't want back pressure to open that system, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, have fun. That's what we're going to do today, man. We're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We got another one just as good. Let's go out and do what we do, all right? Okay. I don't know if you want to turn that second radio on for the 48.
A pep talk from Steve Letarte to his driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr. We mentioned teamwork. Let's bring in our team. Darrell Waltrip, Larry McReynolds, and Mike Joy.
Thanks, Krista. We know that Dale Earnhardt Jr. will start the 500 from the back no matter what happens in this qualifying race. But, Darrell, that means whoever wins this race will lead the field to the green flag on Sunday.
Just a little bit more incentive to get it done today. These races are very important for a number of reasons. There have been some changes made to the cars. The drivers and the crews are going to want to take a look at that. Where you start in a duel or where you start in a 500 is important. So pit road selections, a lot of things on the line in these two races. So there's a lot to be accomplished here today, Larry.
Watch your competition, watch your gauges. You're probably going to have to make a pit stop. This is going to get busy.
Well, it is. And as you said, Mike, it's 150 miles, 60 laps. We know these teams will have to make a pit stop, and they know how important that pit stop is. We know the driver is going to play a big role in that pit stop. In fact, during practice, we saw all of the drivers at one time or another practicing getting on the pit road because it's been about 3 months since some of them made a pit stop.
Well, what we're hoping to avoid is what happened in practice to Dale Earnhardt Jr. drafting off Jimmy Johnson. A slower pack ahead came up in front of Johnson. He lifted. Brian Vickers and Martin Truex got into Dale Jr., and it was Dale and Martin who ended up with wrecked race cars. And they did not get a chance to run the second practice in their backup cars. Steve Burns.
Yeah, Mike Joy, they didn't get a single lap in. Now, for his part, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was relaxed, joking around before he got in the car. They have run this particular car before. It was at Talladega in October, finished 6th. Now, Steve Letarte told me, the crew chief, hey, this thing is really fast. He said, but I'll tell you, if it's not, we got another one coming down from the Hendrick Motorsports shop in Charlotte. It'll be here tomorrow at noon.
2 150-mile qualifying races to set the lineup for the Daytona 500. This is what's on tap today. That's the Gatorade Duel at Daytona. The inside line will be set from this race. The outside column from race number 2. And the top 2 finishers who are not locked in by owner points will race their way into the Daytona 500. And then an additional 4 cars will transfer due to speeds and the Champions Provisional if needed. Let's have a look at the Gatorade G Series starting grid. Out back, Andy Lally, J.J. Yaley. Conway has to race his way in. There's Brian Vickers, Casey Kane, Bobby Labonte. They're locked in. Regan Smith, Dave Blaney has to race his way into the 500. Joe Nemechek, fastest Toyota in qualifying. Bill Elliott, his fast speed will get him in the race, and all the drivers from here forward are locked into the Daytona 500. They're racing for starting position and pit selection.
Let's talk to Tony Stewart. What do you say? Hey, Smoke, it's DW. You got us?
Yeah, bud.
You know, Smoke, it looks to me like things are lining up pretty good here for you, bud. The 88's going to have to drop to the rear, and your teammate and you're going to be on the inside there. Is that going to work out good for you?
I hope so. That's what the plan is for sure here. I mean, we've got the best scenario that you could ask for the team. So we'll just do what we can here. Try to get Ryan in his U.S. Army car and get behind him, get going, get this Office Depot Volvo and Chevy trucker ride along behind him.
All right, buddy, good luck. Yeah, it looks like things are lining up good for you. You know, you've won an event down here every year since 2005, so maybe you ought to hold that off until Sunday. What do you say?
Yeah, no pressure, bud. No, thanks. But we'll do what we can here. I'm confident. I know we got a great race car. I'm really proud of everybody at Stewart Haas. I got a good one that I'm riding and a good one Ryan's riding ahead of us, so pretty excited about it.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much, and have good luck.
Thank you.
That's Tony Stewart as we get ready to go green in the Gatorade Duel at Daytona. It's the Gatorade Duel at Daytona, live on Speed. Race number 1 ready to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the pole for this race, but because he is in a backup car, he drops to the rear and the entire inside column moves up. So Ryan Newman will take the green from the inside of the front row. This is the ultimate go or go home day in NASCAR, because for 4 drivers, their chance to make the 500 is to race their way in. Blaney, Yaley, McDowell, and Conway, while Elliott and Nemechek are assured of being in the 500 with their qualifying speed, but they could race their way in to a better starting position in this 150 miles. Matt Yoakum.
Mike, we've already heard about team strategy from owner Tony Stewart concerning he and teammate Ryan Newman, but I had one driver tell me you can simply look at the next 2 races more like a game of musical chairs. When the music stops, you've got to have a partner, you've got to have a chair, so don't be surprised if the 14 and 39 drivers, if they lose each other in an exchange. Look for Newman to pick up an old teammate, Kurt Busch, in the 22. Dick Berggren?
Jimmy Johnson will also drop to the back. An engine change caused that. Johnson said he's going to go hammer down, try to win it. He can do just that. Johnson started in the back last year and won his 150-miler. Mike?
We'll help you follow along with the race to make the race. In the running order, the position number backgrounded in green are drivers who will qualify to race Sunday, not already locked in. Those in red, they're on the outside looking in and will have to move up to make the Daytona 500. Drivers already locked in the field will have a black background. Green flag, we're racing for 150 miles. Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart on the inside. The pairing up has begun.
Yeah, we hadn't said a lot about Paul Menard, but as you can see, he's got a fast car right away. Mark Martin tucked right in behind him there. They take the lead, and that's a Childress car that Menard is driving. And we know they got steam on the hood, so that's a good match right there.
He was the fastest of those 4 RCR cars in qualifying last Sunday, and he'll lead the first lap of this Gatorade Duel Race.
Montoya and Harvick are paired up, and then a lot of jostling further back, and you can see how those 2-car tandems are able to work their way away from the rest of this field.
And the unknown, Mike, is how long can they do this now?
We got trouble already. Newman.
Spin behind you.
Ryan Newman is going to stay off the wall after spinning off turn number 2 to bring out the first caution flag of the day.
My, looked like he just lost it, Larry. I don't know. Did he get any push or not?
We'll have to take a look because we know that his teammate Tony Stewart in the 14 was right behind him.
There was contact, and Newman goes around 4 under yellow quickly in the Gatorade Duel. Speed's coverage of the duel at Daytona is presented by Gatorade, the G Series, Prime, Perform, Recover. And brought to you in part by AARP. Join Jeff Gordon in the Drive to End Hunger by visiting drivetoendhunger.org. and by ToyotaRacing.com Sponsifier 3. Sponsifier's back, and this year the winner gets a visit from their favorite driver. Enter at ToyotaRacing.com.